Let me hit you with a brutal truth. Chances are, right now, you're clutching onto something you swear is an asset. Maybe that shiny new car sitting in your driveway, that dream home you're paying off for the next 30 years, or maybe even that luxury watch you convinced yourself was an investment. But here's the gut punch. It's not an asset. It's a liability. And worse, you've probably been told your whole life that it's the exact opposite. Hot take alert. Most people aren't broke because they don't earn enough. They're broke because they've been tricked into loving their liabilities. And the cruel joke? You walk around thinking you're winning. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at your so-called assets the same way again. And if you actually want financial freedom, the kind the rich obsess over, this mindset shift is non-negotiable. By the way, I'm going to give you a 30-day challenge later in this video that can literally shift your entire money game. Miss it, and you'll keep feeding liabilities like a zombie buffet. Welcome to the Financial Freedom Insider, the channel that cuts through the hype, calls out the scams, and shows you how money really works. In our last video, we broke down everything about financial freedom. But today, we're exposing the dirty truth about assets versus liabilities, why most people are falling for traps dressed up as wealth, and how the rich play a totally different game. Spoiler: your car, your house, maybe even your so-called side hustle? Probably not assets. Let's dive in. Why this matters. Why should you even care about this? Because mistaking liabilities for assets is the #1 reason people stay broke, paycheck to paycheck, even when they're pulling six figures. Right now, the richest 1% of people control nearly half of the world's wealth. How? It's not because they work harder. It's not even because they always earn more. It's because they play a completely different money game. The rich buy assets. Everyone else piles up liabilities. And if you don't understand that difference, you're basically working your entire life to make someone else rich. And here's the kicker. According to Oxfam's 2023 Wealth Report, the richest 1% grabbed nearly 63% of all new wealth created globally since the pandemic. That's not because they bought bigger houses or flashier cars. It's because they stacked assets that kept compounding while everyone else piled up liabilities. But here's the twist. Most people think they know the difference between an asset and a liability. But they don't. And that misunderstanding is exactly why they stay stuck in the rat race. Get this wrong, you're stuck in financial quicksand. Get it right, and you're on the road to freedom. I once had a friend brag about finally buying his dream house, gorgeous place, huge kitchen, marble counters. But here's the thing. Within a year, he was maxing credit cards just to keep up with maintenance and property taxes. That house didn't give him freedom. It chained him. What an asset really is. So what's a real asset? Here's the thing. Your accountant might tell you, anything you own is an asset. Wrong. Morgan Housel nails it. Assets build your future by working for you. Liabilities are just expensive hobbies that work against you. Most people can't tell the difference. Think of liabilities as party crashers. Your car's guzzling gas, your house is demanding repairs, and that watch. It's just flexing someone else's bank account. Examples of true assets: rental property that pays you rent, dividend-paying stocks, a business that runs without you hovering 24/7. Even intellectual property, like a book or course that keeps selling. If it's putting cash in your pocket while you sleep, it is an asset. If it's bleeding cash while you sleep, it is a liability. Investing just $50 a month into an S&P 500 index fund at 10% average annual returns grows to around $25,000 in 20 years. Your investment car? Worth half by the time you finish the loan. But here's the scammy part. Some liabilities are sold to you as if they're assets. That's where most people get trapped. Let's unmask them. Liabilities in disguise. Here's where most people are getting hustled. Those assets you're proud of are probably liabilities. Your car? Unless it's making you money on Uber, it's a money pit. A 2025 CNET report says the average U.S. car loan is $41,720, with $749 monthly payments. In the UK, a 2025 Auto Trader study pegs average car finance at £23,500, with £420 monthly payments. That's cash flying out for something that loses value daily. Your house? If you're paying a mortgage, taxes, and repairs, it's not an asset. It's a liability in disguise. A 2025 National Association of Realtors report says the median U.S. home price is $422,800, with monthly costs around $2,200. In the UK, a 2025 Halifax study puts the average home at £299,331, with £1,250 monthly costs. Unless it's renting out, it's eating your cash, not making it. The rich know this. They buy properties that pay, not drain. Luxury watches, boats, timeshares. Your investment boat? More like a floating money shredder. They look like wealth, but they're bloodsuckers. Ever met that guy who says his Rolex is an investment? Fast forward 5 years. He's trying to sell it for less than he bought it. Meanwhile, that same $10,000 in an index fund would have doubled. And here's the contrast. I know someone who skipped the dream car and put that same money into a small rental property. 5 years later, that rental not only covered its mortgage, it paid him $400 a month in profit. Meanwhile, his friend who financed the shiny SUV, still drowning in $700 monthly payments for something worth half its original value. The rich person's asset test. So how do the rich avoid these traps? They use one brutally simple test. Does this make me money without me babysitting it? If no, it is a liability. If yes, it is an asset. That's it. The top 1% in the US own 54% of corporate stock and 70% of private businesses, per the Federal Reserve. In the UK, the wealthiest 10% hold 57% of financial assets, per the Office for National Statistics. They're not financing $50,000 SUVs. They're buying dividend stocks or rentals that pay them forever. How to spot the disguise? Want to stop getting played? Ask this. Is this putting cash in my pocket without constant effort? If the answer's no, it's a liability. That investment property, if it's vacant or bleeding repair costs, it is a liability. A 2025 Zillow study says 21% of U.S. rental properties lose money due to vacancies or maintenance. In the UK, a 2025 Zoopla report notes 16% of landlords barely break even. Even side hustles can trick you. If you're grinding more than earning, it's a job, not an asset. If it doesn't generate passive income, ditch it. Check your spending. Those $200 car payments or £150 gym memberships you don't use are red flags. Think ruthless. If it doesn't generate passive income, it doesn't count. Action steps. 30-day challenge. Here's your starter pack for flipping your mindset. Track every expense for 30 days. Every coffee, every app sub, every just one drink. Kill one high-interest liability. Credit cards at 20% or more are wallet vampires. A 2025 Experian report says average U.S. credit card debt is $7,321. In UK, it's £2,579, according to the Money Charity 2025 study. Pay that off fast. Start one real asset. Invest $50 or £50 in a low-cost index fund. Learn one new money skill. Read books or listen to a podcast on passive income. Start a side hustle that scales, like digital products or tutoring, not trading hours for dollars. Do this for 30 days, and you'll be ahead of 90% of people still buying liabilities dressed up as wealth. And wait until you see what happens when you stack assets instead of liabilities. The freedom curve accelerates fast. Quick recap before we wrap. Most people confuse liabilities for assets. Real assets put money in your pocket. Cars, houses, luxury investments are usually liabilities. The rich use one test. Does this make me money without me babysitting it? Your 30-day challenge flips your habits from liabilities to assets. Here's the deal. Most assets are actually liabilities in disguise because the system wants you broke and confused. True assets, the kind the rich collect, quietly generate cash with little work. Your move? Stop getting played. Audit your assets, kill the liars, and start stacking real wealth builders. Action challenge. This week, cut one fake asset from your budget and redirect that cash into something that grows. And listen, in our next video, I'll reveal why your money keeps vanishing and a simple trick how you can turn the situation around. A trick that forces your money to build wealth automatically. So, smash subscribe, hit that bell, and drop a comment telling me, what's one asset you now realize is actually a liability? We'll be replying to top comments and featuring the best answers in our next episode.